Welcome back to the rebirth of Drew Shaw's YouTube channel. Now, it's been a long time since I posted anything here on YouTube, as I've been very active on Instagram and somewhat on Facebook. However, I wanted to jump on here and showcase my attempt of what I called the 530 challenge, which was essentially an attempt at doing a half Ironman in 5 hours and 30 minutes or below, and a powerlifting total of 530 kilos within the same day. Now, those of you who don't know, a half Ironman is a 1.2 mile swim, a 56 mile bike ride, and a 13.1 mile run, or in other words, a half marathon, all back to back. Now, I actually attempted this in September last year, and I wasn't really planning on sharing this video because I wanted to kind of look back on it and see how I documented it and seen the event myself personally on the day. And I didn't take too many clips of the triathlon, so for what you're about to see, don't expect any kind of cinematic photography. It's just pretty raw and to the point of what it was on the day. But as I've seen the hybrid community growing over the last kind of few months and even a couple of years, I wanted to drop in and kind of give my input as to how I see hybrid training, and also just share my experiences and show all the ambitious guys out there that it is possible to combine strength and endurance, and for those two components of fitness to exist at the same time. So I guess with that being a goal of this video, I also wanted anyone to be watching this to not be deterred from doing these big endurance events. More and more often now I'm seeing ambitious guys want to take on these big challenges but not do them because they are afraid of losing all the strength that they spent years and years to be building. Now, having done it myself and having coached over 50 guys in the last year or so to do it also, I'm pretty confident that strength and endurance can coexist, and losing your strength should not be a fear that you should have when you want to take on these big goals. Whether that be a half Ironman, your first triathlon, a marathon, or any other endurance kind of category that you may think of. With that being said, let's jump into the 530 videos that I have. I aim to be sharing a little bit more insights and a little bit more granular detail in between each clip as to what I was experiencing on the day, and a little bit more detail about how that actually all planned out for the day as well. So enjoy the video, guys. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Feel free to hit subscribe, as I aim to be making more videos on a regular basis, and let's jump in. Guys, so diving into the day, we started off with a 3 AM start in the gym to get the lifts in. We still needed to travel 2 hours to the actual half Ironman event. Now, looking back on this, I would have been wise to either do a try that was closer to where I lived or actually stay up at the event the night before, but I believe that would have been pretty difficult to actually find a gym owner who was willing to let us in that early and also film. So there we are. So the goal for the morning shift was a 530 kg powerlift total with a squat, bench and deadlift, and the way I planned that to go was with a 190 kilo squat, 140 bench and a 2 kg deadlift. So here we go, raw clips coming up, enjoy. Pretty happy with that, 190. We're going to save the legs and move on to some bench now. Let's do it. As you can see, we're not going full powerlifting mode. We are not adding any pause. This isn't a powerlifting meet, so unnecessary for today. So with 190 on the squat, if I can get 140 on the bench, 3 plates, I'll be really happy, and then that leaves only 200 for the deadlift, which should be nice and smooth. One, 3, 0. Let's do it. Three plates, let's do this. So we've got 3 plates on the bar right now, 140, just working up To be honest, all we need to do here is hit 200, which by all means isn't going to be easy, but it should feel fairly comfortable relative to what we've done previously. So we can save as much weight as possible, hit 200, then we're good to go and get on the road for Newark, which is where the Outlaw X is being held. So as we mentioned, we're not sticking to strict IPF rules. We are using straps simply because of the symmetry side of things and to save the grip. The last time I actually went alternate, had a little tweak in the back, so we're obviously not risking that today ahead of the half Ironman. So using straps, but if you want to see a 200 kg deadlift without the straps, head over to my Instagram. It's there for anyone calling me out on that. Last lift of the morning, 200 kilos. Let's do this. Ah, 530, yes! Okay, so once we wrapped up the lifts, which went pretty well to be fair, the aim was just really to get as much weight through the bench as possible and save the legs and the lower back as much as we could, just to save those for the day. And so once we wrapped that up, it was straight in a car for a 2-hour drive to Thorsby Park for the Outlaw X, which was an absolutely awesome day. So like I mentioned, there's not much footage of this, just of what my amazing girlfriend who supported me for the day was able to catch in transitions. So we'll cut to those little clips and also a post-race debrief of how I got on, and then we'll cut back to a little bit more of how I felt the day went and what we can do going forwards. So guys, just finished up an absolutely savage half Ironman. Anyone who's potentially done this course before, it was quite a tough one, and unfortunately because of that we did not get the result we wanted. But regardless of the result today, the point still stands, and the point of this video was to prove that strength and endurance can coexist. So with everything considered today, we crossed the line in just under 6 hours, which of course isn't what we wanted, but lots of learning curves to be taken away from there. And the bike course was tough, the run was tough, and the swim didn't quite go to plan. So we've got lots of things to take away. And when you're looking to build strength and endurance and become an ultimate hybrid athlete, it's all about taking these lessons, adapting and overcoming from them. So as opposed to ignoring them and then just drifting through and not taking anything away from it, we've got so many things that we can take away from today, learn from, implement into the future to constantly push those boundaries for what it takes to become a hybrid athlete. And if anything today, guys, it just proves that the only boundaries you have as an individual are the ones you set yourself up here. So I was very apprehensive, quite anxious going into today, but it's the mindset you have to be able to push through these things, to be able to have that confidence in yourself, to be able to give yourself, or to be able to quiet down that self-doubt in your head and just be able to go all in on what your goals are. So more in the next clip in terms of race briefing, but for now we're going to pack up, as you can see, get some good food, and catch up. So guys, there we have the 530 challenge. As I mentioned in that last video, we didn't come through with the result that I wanted, with the aim of 5 hours 30 minutes, and with some tough challenges on the course with the inclines on the bike and the headwinds. I didn't get the result I want. What I'm not here to do is make excuses. When it comes to hybrid training, as I mentioned in that last clip there, you're always going to get presented with these tough rides, these tough challenges, and anything else which may present itself along the way. But in my experience as a hybrid athlete and as a coach as well, One of the biggest factors which is going to determine your success with these big challenges is your ability to adapt and overcome, or in other words, your mental resilience. If you can't overcome these challenges and you can't adapt to the challenges that present themselves, then you're going to find it very difficult to take on these big goals, whether that's half marathon, half Ironmans, or even the full Ironman. So I look forward to taking on more challenges in the future. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Your attention is greatly appreciated. If you want to join me in taking on more challenges or even learn more how to approach hybrid training yourself, make sure you follow me on Instagram via the description below, and make sure you drop a subscribe for more videos in the future.